All right, starting things off on Nuke with one win and a match that they are going to be feeling incredibly comfortable coming into. 9. Well, they've played it once. It was a few months ago. It wasn't even in this latest iteration of the game. And for one win, it is very much a home away from home. 80% win rate across 15 in both editions. As Forrester shows exactly why. Key on the response from Heaven, but Forrester is continuing to strip his teammates away from him. Norot, the coach, the next to fall as Goofy up close and personal with those Julies, hoping to find a little bit of damage for now, though. That man advantage does remain with the T side, although Kyler on the second set of Julies able to strip it away and cause a little bit of carnage here. Goofy continuing to swing, finally put down by Deco, but it's a little bit of a pinch into the site. Key dinked up, has to fall away, and opens up for the 2-on-2. Bomb for now. He's down outside of the garage. They're looking for the boost up into Heaven here, the T side. As Boomlich and Deco try and assemble this one. Key, though, on the jump spot has spotted it, and Kylar's done one better. Takes Deco out of the equation and leaves the in-game leader Boomich to try and clutch up this 1v2. Very limited information about where either of these CT players are. Knows he needs a peek, but for now, nobody has given him anything. 40 seconds left on the clock. He wants to fake the idea that he's dropped on down here, trying to isolate that first 1v1, but Key is still right underneath him, just waiting, playing with those sound cues and executing his man. And it's 9 who come out with an unlikely pistol.
Yeah, those dual Berettas especially managed to get work done in that round. Yeah, I mean, we mentioned, obviously, Minio stepping back or being kicked. I don't know exactly what happened. I didn't have time to look. Dropped. Okay, that's what I thought happened. But, you know, you always want to presume that it was their choice first, you know, be nice. But, yeah, I mean, Norot's capable. He is definitely capable of filling in here. But I don't feel like in the first place that 9 have a tremendous fragger. They tend to be a relatively equal team in that sense. You'll be relying on everyone to step up and have their performance. On the other hand, 1 win, I feel like they have a few more players in terms of the star potential. So 9 needed that pistol round to kick things off here, and hopefully also have a pretty clean anti-eco here up against what is just a few pistols being upgraded. So we'll see. Bit of presence outside. There's 2 M4s holding the Lion, and with the initial kill already going the way of Hades, I don't think they're going to have too much trouble with this one.
Should be relatively plain sailing. I mean, Forrester's got a Deagle, so there is some potential there, but Hades is having, well, precisely none of it. There's a P250 on Travis as well, but again, just not really being given the opportunity to do anything, these long-range fights. Admittedly, maybe Kylar and Goofy want to get involved here, try and get those MP9s farming a bit of cash, and, well, I speak it into existence. As Kylar gets his first of the round, Goofy's just playing with Boomich, tagging up his food. Quite able to find the conversion. Nickelback the next to fall down, and yeah, this one's gone pretty much exactly how you would have wanted for a CT side, just picking at them with the MP9s, using the M4A1s for the ranged work towards outside, getting a very solid job done, no casualties taken. And now we get into the actual interesting stuff. First buy on the cards for 1 win, and for the CT side, it's a bit of a tough one, really, because they didn't actually get that much done with the MP9s. They got a handful of kills, but with 3 players invested into them, they're going to have to go for a bit of a bonus round here up against what is looking to be full AK-47s for 1 win. That sounded bad.
Yeah, someone dropped out. Who was it? It was double Deco now, so it was...
Just heard someone go splat.
Nickelback, will it?
Yeah, it looks like we're missing Nickelback.
Hopefully, economy-wise, everything will be okay. Once he gets back in, they can probably quickly reset it or whatever. But yeah, going into this first gun round here and now 1 win, at the very least, they're getting a bit more time, I suppose, to talk about what they're going to do. But it's not a great time. You're trying to just kick things off. Now they're going to be left waiting. As Forrester seems to have rejoined. Or Nickelback, rather, seems to have rejoined.
Yeah, we got 5 back, and he hadn't bought before he died as well, so I think he's going to be good. Because he hadn't bought anything. I think he probably timed out before the round was even over, so he didn't really get an opportunity to buy up. Hopefully, he's not got any lingering issues, and we can get this one back on the road sooner rather than later. Interesting choice to rock the gloves and a default knife. Always confuses me slightly. I feel like if you're going to go for any skin in the game, if you're going to go, you know, gloves are expensive. If you're going to go for a good skin, why not just pick up a nice knife?
Maybe he just got sick of the knives, I don't know. Wanted that default animation after trying all the other ones. He's a basic man, that's what it is.
Yeah, if you want the default animation after seeing a butterfly knife, then I can't reason with you. Either way, there we go. See, look at that from Forester. It's a nice combination. It connects. Right. I'll stop nattering on about skins because the game is about to go live again. We have
What is
got
the name of that knife,
9.
though? I forget the names of all the new ones.
Is it a skeleton? I think it's a
Something
skeleton.
like that? Okay.
He's shown us it in plenty of angles just to make it even more obvious that we're old-fashioned and only know the classics. But, right, game, brain, engage. 9, 2-0 up against 1 win. Looking at a little bit of a bonus round here with the 3 MP9s. Expect something a little snazzy, perhaps, as they try and get those MP9s up close and personal, give them position to do work. It's a fairly default setup to start things off, however, sticking one of them on the top of the hut, one of them close towards the ramp, and one just holding for any aggression out of Squeaky as the initial nades go through. And it's a fairly solid opening set from the CT side, in all honesty, because this T side have not got a whole lot of utility. So as they start to drop little bits and pieces, you can see the first round of smokes going down by the CT side to deny vision. But there's more where that came from. There's still a second batch. Kylar's got one now that he'll drop towards Squeaky. That buys another 30 seconds easily. And just chipping away at the clock, it really does become a game like that on Nuke. It's about chipping away at the clock, buying yourself time, forcing the Ts to make decisions that they don't want to be making. And as 1 win start to work their way towards outside, that's exactly what you've got here. They've only got a single smoke left, so they can't cover their own cross here. It's going to have to be a dry swing. And well, Key takes full advantage. Takes a lot of damage for his trouble, though, and he's going to be wall-banged out by Deco. Into the 4-on-4. Still a couple of players lurking, though. Not committed down to that lower side just yet whatsoever. Travis going to be overwhelmed by a double MP9 drop into the hut. And suddenly this one gets very sketchy. The bomb been left towards Secret for now as they're trying to work out which site they want to probe. But Kylar's taken the only A player left for this T side out. The MP9's continuing to get work done, upgrading onto the AK-47s on 2 of them as well. As Nickelback and Deco, well, they're left to try and unknit this one. The Molotov will do good work, forces Hades to occupy a new position, but there's nobody really available to punish, courtesy of how few players are left in the server. Deco doing what he can with Nickelback, but there's only 6 seconds left on the clock here. Hades just needs to buy time, and I think he just about has. Goes down to Nickelback, but that extra half a second it took to get that kill to unlock Deco's positioning is just about enough for 9 to get it over the line.
This is crazy from 9 in the initial moments. I mean, in terms of their Nuke performances, there's very little on their history. I think the one game they had was like 3 months ago, and it didn't go too great for them either. So the fact that they've been able to get this 3-0 start, just about clinching that round there as well by the skin of their teeth, it's perhaps a little bit of a tilter here for 1 win, who are maybe expecting a bit of an easier game, considering they know the in-game leader is no longer with 9. Their coach, of course, has stepped in. If they had have gotten off to a strong start, I'd imagine it would have been hard to break that confidence of 1 win. So this was desperately needed for 9. Let's see, though. There's still some rifles in play, a MAC-10 there as well, in the hands of Travis, and a chance to definitely do something in this round for 1 win as they move in towards ramp. Unfortunately, stuck dealing with the op initially, and Nora, who manages to take out 2. Eventually burns in that molly, but done his job, and he allowed for another rotation even to come in here from Kylar already. They just need to ensure they don't give any 1v1s away. Nickelback definitely a capable player. Not one blind,
Nice utility. Though. Yeah, it just knocks his vision completely. Boomich already taking a ton of damage in an earlier engagement. Should just be a matter of mopping up. Kylar caught with a nade in his hand, but the nade will make it just far enough to get his mark as Boomich goes down. And I mean, that's a really solid hold from Nora. It's a really solid hold from 9 entirely. Hades doing a good job on the AWP. I see sometimes in this edition of the game that, you know, holding an angle like that on the AWP can be punished by the Peeker's advantage, but courtesy of it being such a long-range angle, there's so many possibilities for 1 win to have to clear. I think it gives Hades the ability to hold it, gets his kill. Nora does fantastically, grabs a double, stalls things out. And we got 1 win back down onto the half by a couple of techs, handful of deagles. Expect to see something a little faster paced in these opening moments. Instead, it's a triple nade stack out towards Mini. Not catching anything, though. A little unfortunate. Again, it's one of those ones, you've got a nice idea, give it a go, see if you can find something with it. Unfortunately, on this occasion, not to be. And now the Deagles, with the Tech 9 leading the charge, are going to look towards outside. Wall of smokes goes down. Doesn't fully obscure the vision of Hades, however, and he's able to open things up. It's a little bit of chip damage onto Travis as well through about half a dozen walls, but it is going to be secret control taken, and you can see the CT starting to scramble a little bit as Key, stuck out in no man's land, will be traded 1 for 1, and that starts to open up this lower site. CT's, again, nobody immediately down in this lower site to support, so they start to scramble. And with the bomb on his back, Travis has the potential to unlock something here.
Yeah, I mean, how are his teammates going to help him out in this situation? That was the question. There really just needs to be success down on that B bomb site itself, and it just hasn't happened. Deco and Travis both taken out. Forrester's left alone on 10 health in the lobby, and I was going to say his legs there being spotted should be the death of him, but no, it was an upper on the other side of the angle. So missed shot gives him a chance to hang on to life for the moment, and well, maybe try and take one player to the grave with him. That's not going to be an easy task, though. Yeah, I mean, this is one win's choice. We've got to stress that. We have Vertigo coming up next, and then if needed, Mirage is the decider, both of which on paper are better than Nuke for 9. Mirage not fantastic, so I think if 9 do end up taking the win here on Nuke, they'd be looking for that 2-0 for sure on Vertigo. But yeah, this is just a surprising start to this series.
Still relatively early doors. I know it's MR12 and we're nearly at the halfway point, but it's still, I mean, we've only had, what, 1.5 rifle rounds for one win, I'll go with.
Yeah, but
This is the second time they've really had full utility behind it as well. Admittedly, everything they've done has looked blunt. But we'll have to see if maybe the extra nades give Boomich something to call around, something to work with here. Initial util towards outside, just designed to deny vision. Nobody really there to push the issue with it. Instead, a couple of pop flashes out towards Squeaky. And again, nobody really pushing it whatsoever. I think maybe just hoping for some early aggression here. You can see Boomich jump spotting. Forrester was lurking around the main and Squeaky angles. Instead, a HE goes in. A sound cue is given. And a bit of chip damage is done. I mean, they're setting up for this A-pop here. One win, but they've burnt a lot of utility not doing it, so it's going to get a little sketchy here. Molotov over the top rope does expose Kyler, and he goes down for free, and this is all a bit of a ruse here, as instead, the 4 remaining players are going to head their way towards the ramp, and for now, there really is no rotation available. Nobody is anywhere near. Forrester continuing to get work on the upper bomb site, but it's Hades, solo, down lower with it all to do. He grabs an initial kill, but almost immediately Deco is there to put him to the sword. And at this point, one win should be converting this round handily. Nora in some kind of a position to make the rotate a reality, but you can see Goofy is still so conscious that Forrester was somewhere in that upper site, only just now making his way down towards Secret. So much time off the clock before they even get into a viable position to retake, and without a kill basically being presented to them, it should be a back away and save. Yeah, they might not even be allowed to do that here. Nickelback's going for the hunt.
Oh, did spot the barrel of a weapon, maybe? I'm not too sure. Either way, Forrester's coming in from outside as well, so I don't know if any of these weapons are going to be allowed to be saved. Here we go, the first kill comes in. Now they have the other player pinched in towards Secret. They come back even check in that corner, so Nora will not be too happy about that one. And yeah, that round just looked like it made a lot more sense. Initial openings being found. They probed out towards A, tried to, of course, put in that fake. They get that kill on A, which has 9 scattering all over the place. It pulled Nora off a ramp, and they just managed to make some good calls, really. That's what we're seeing right there. The economy, though, I mean, it would have been great if 9 could have saved those 2 weapons. They would have been absolutely flush right now. They would have had everything they could ask for. Instead, there's an MP9 and a Deagle in there. The nades could be a little bit better as well. And when you're on the CT side of Nuke here in such an important round, any weakness really could be exploited. So let's see. If one win take this, they have another round coming off the back of it pretty much for free, and a chance to start establishing this T side after we had, of course, mentioned it was already getting towards that halfway point without them being on the board. So
yeah, CT economy in 2023, ladies and gentlemen. 5-0, lose 1, struggle to get anything together. Norot, though, he's flying for a coach. 5-4, has found yet another pick. This time it's aggression out through ramp room into trophy that gets him his opening man advantage. Can we see the conversion, though? That lower site is looking very vulnerable. Norot tagged down low in the opening engagements is an easy kill for Forrester and Key. Well, he's only got a Deagle to work with here. Has to be very, very cautious of that. Hades has managed to rotate into a position to assist. Picks off Boomich. Bomb still to make the cross as well. Deco very fortunate to be alive. Finally, Key is dealt with, but he's bought so much time just staying alive in towards Decon that Kylar is available for the trade. 2-on-3. This is going to be a tough old hold for OneWin to keep their hands on. Forrester looking to play close to the double doors here, hoping just to catch someone off guard. Manages to nab one. Trade not able to come through from Goofy either, so Forrester does his job to perfection. Now it's about buying time for Deco, but he's gone down. Deco, position now known as he buys himself the 1v1. Looks to take the fight. Flashbanged out, but Goofy is having none of it. Where's the kit, boys? Where's the kit? This is mighty close. I do believe he's got it, though. So 9 are going to get away with another one. Goes down to the absolute last man, but they will have a 6th round on the board. Orp should be saved if they want it up towards those double doors. Indeed it is. And that's a solid little retake. Again, 9 getting themselves the early man advantage despite the lack of firepower, making the space for the M4A1s and the Orp to sing.
Yeah, and as you said, Nora is showing up. He's having a decent performance here, which is really the most you could ask of him. Just carry his own weight. You have Hades then performing. Kylar's getting some good moments in as well. So I like what we're seeing from 9. As we had said, though, OneWin, I believe, we're on like a 60 and best of 3 win streak between CS2 and CSGO. So if 9 have it in them rather to actually break that streak, it's a good start for sure. But the guns are still in play for OneWin, and if they can win out this round, then that economy for 9 is completely broken as Hades loses his head outside, spotted over blue. He is going to be spotting that cross. At least the Seeker should have won a return, but no! It is a whiffed spray, which gives Boomage pretty much a free frag. They're wrapping around through main now. That MP9 under so much pressure. I'm surprised Kylar even comes away with a frag, as the coach now is left alone, being hunted on outside. Boomage already deep in towards that spawn area, which wasn't realized. And yeah, I mean, I can barely get a few sentences out before OneWin quickly shut me up and return the favor onto 9 and leave them in a very awkward double eco that is going to see them forcing, that is likely going to see them allowing the scoreline to come back towards a 6-4 unless they can find a bit of a miracle here and now.
Yeah, that was tough. Tough to watch. Not going to lie to you. 9 just getting decimated by Boomich. It's a really nice shot on Hades to open it up, but then Key has to be making that trade. Simple things. Going down that easily. It's a 3-on-5. All too easy for a team of OneWin's caliber to be finding the conversion from there. This one, of course, a little bit more sketchy. Had to go for the force buy. There's just not enough money left. Kylar drops his feet into a Molotov, goes down freely, gives the sound cues. I think he just got overwhelmed. Too much stimulus on his screen simultaneously. Can't do anything about it. And for Hades and Key, I mean, do you back away and save deagles and armor and hope that you can give yourselves a little bit of bite into the next round, or you do try and take some rifles away? Hades manages 1, but it's a very muted half buy. Force, whatever you want to call it, from 9. It's a full eco to follow. OneWin up to 4, as you said, and despite initially the signs being so negative, they are finding their feet very swiftly on the T side of Nuke.
Yeah, that was a crazy one. Kylar, I think the molly was there before he got blinded, but once he was blind, he just forgot about it. Ended up standing in it, unfortunately. Either way, Nico coming in. They have a Zeus and some pistols. They'll hope for a bit of damage, but OneWin should have a 4th round. And they're in with a pretty decent chance of maybe still tying this half up at 6-6, which would be a fantastic recovery from where they were just a couple of rounds ago. Kylar playing up close. Hopefully with that deagle, we'll be able to get a bit of damage done once this push comes from foot. They're also coming out of door, rather. Spotted that boost. I'm surprised he wasn't ready for the second player. There was a Zeus kill, and somehow Kylar with that AK manages himself too. And it's all on Key. He has the backstab. It's the P250 to the head that gets it done. Travis seemed cautious of the fact that that could be coming in from behind, but he just wasn't quite ready for it.
That was absolute carnage. I don't think there's anything other to say than that. They went for the brawl on the A site, and somehow 9 with a deagle and a recovered AK managed to come out on top of it. Just holding the line, buying themselves as much time for that backstab from Key to come in as they could. And somehow, some way, that's the miracle round that 9 needed. You spoke about it. You know, this was starting to get very sketchy from 5-0. You were looking at reasonably a 6-all. Now it's 7-3. Opportunity to resettle. Make this a very solid CT side of Nuke indeed for 9. He playing very proactively up towards red. Wants to take the fight to this T side, and he's got half a gap in the smoke, but Nickelback spotted him through that very gap he looked to exploit. All too easy. OneWin find themselves with the opening yet again, and Boomich is not resting on it. Flies down Secret and looks to take the fight to a dropping Kylar. Timing on this could be everything. Boomich is watching for Goofy, able to get the kill before he's traded. Keeps his team in the ascendancy for now, but it's Hades instead. Just chipping away at that outside presence. Manages to grab one. Travis already out onto the A site as a result of that aggression into lower. Buys his team the man advantage anew. And for Kylar and Nora, it is, well, it's a decision to make. Forrester is already thinking about hunting, though, and he's given away a 2v2 retake here, which may well come back to bite him. I mean, Travis, if that molly goes towards the other vent, life gets very difficult for him. Deco just comes off the angle as the peak starts to come in, goes back for it, however, and gets his man. And at this point for Nora, I don't think there's too much more he can do. The crossfire is well established. Deco will put his man down. OneWin will have their 4th round just a little later than they were hoping for. There we go. We've got one more round. Everyone's confused with the new MR12. It just catches everyone off guard. You know, you're looking at it going, 7 and 4, is that 12? I only did maths at A level. I can't get it.
I presume it was just one of those game crashes that you get sometimes.
Nah, it's math.
Yeah.
Math confuses everyone.
I don't know why my hay fever is acting up at the beginning of November. Some of that.
Here we go, though. Force buy is in. Hades has got an AWP. Everyone else is on pistols. So, realistically, Hades, what have you got for us? Early pick onto Nickelback as he looks to cross the secret is exactly what the doctor ordered. Echo has managed to pick off Kylar in response, but again, they're only losing pistols every time here. And Nora, again, somehow, some way, has managed to find a 1-for-1 trade. 8 kills. He's out fragging Goofy and Key at the moment. They'll be thinking they need to step their game up. And Goofy does just that. 1 and a dink to follow it. Travis lucky to be alive. Hades confirming that lobby is open for the time being. The problem is 2-on-2. There are gaps all over the shop on Nuke. And Boomich has found one. Into heaven. If Hades presumes that this A site is still clear, then he's in for one hell of a shock. For now, though, they might be able to catch Travis in transition. The utility should give away what the game is here. Key has managed to recover himself an AK-47, and with Travis so low on HP, there's a very real shot for this CT side here. Hades looking to be the man. Key goes for the initial swing. Good tag damage onto Boomlich, who has to relocate now. But here's Travis's utility starting to come in. They want to flush him out. They know he's low on HP. They know Goofy has communicated there's a dink here. But he's managed to slink away without being spotted. He's through main now. And with Boomich on a flank of his own, this one is surely going to be a disaster. Key goes down for free. Hades gets one and somehow 180s for the second. Reads one, lets his teammate die, flicks to the second. And Hades, you hero, top of the scoreboard for 9, grabs them an 8th round right at the death of it. That is an incredibly solid CT side from 9 as we head to the real halftime break. Well, OneWin have left themselves with a mountain to climb on their map pick. I think that is safe to say. A comprehensive 8-4, including a couple of very miraculous CT rounds, 4-9. The scoreboard says 9-4. I think we missed the second half pistol, which went the way of 9, and now we are back into it with the eco. Now everyone's caught up.
Shout out to producers probably panicking that the players didn't take the break that they're always meant to take. That's a... Yeah, usually does about 3 minutes or so. Either
That's
way.
a yikes. Man advantage there for OneWin, though. A double dink from those USPs, getting them early control. And, well, Kylar needs to make this MAC-10 work. There is a lot of presence still available on this A site. He's running out of bullets, but Key is there to back his man up. Does a fantastic job before he gets too sketchy. Key with 3 in the round now. Travis, last alive, looking to mop up what he can. Not to be. It's 10-9. And they are absolutely flying here. I mean, second half pistol gives them the perfect platform. They found the conversion without too many issues. You lose the MAC-10s, it's neither here nor there. I was wondering how players have MAC-10s in pistol rounds, but now it all makes sense, team.
Oh, this is rough for OneWin. What is happening? Like, honestly, this is
I'm just looking at the
choice.
I'm looking at the round history. It was a flawless pistol as well.
Seriously? So they absolutely slapped them. Had a strong force pistol as well, I believe. Not too much of an issue. Other than a few kind of iffy rounds, things have just been fully in control of 9, really. Even winning out some eco rounds, basically, to actually take control back whenever it looked like OneWin might just have their feet on the ground stable. So, yeah, it's a rough position to be in. This gun round is a must-win for OneWin. Otherwise, things are basically going to be over before they can ever get a chance to actually start putting in a fight. Outside smokes, no one actually pushing though with them. They're going to hang back for the moment, and Nickelback gets spotted crossing into that right side of Garage, which is going to be an awkward position. He's forced to drop the smoke. That'll allow him to reposition if he wants, but it also gives 9 a ton of control towards outside.
This is exactly what they were looking for here. 4 players pressing the issue. Little bit of chip damage on the spam from Boomich, but it leaves him exposed. He goes for the reload, and the lurking Kylar gets his man. There is a response, however. Forrester and Travis both finding kills. Swinging this round back in the CT's favour, as now with 2 on the lower site, they are well placed to deal with this push, but Deco has to find his man there. Hades on the worst weaponry, not 1 but 2 headshots out of the Galil, looking to back his teammate up as well. Swings wide on low HP to deal with Nickelback and Forrester. A 1v2 to contend with. Position now known by Nora. There's limited HP on Hades. He's just going to swing right on in there. Goes down, but Nora available for the trade. Another well-executed round. I mean, at a man disadvantage, it just feels like OneWin aren't really tuned in at the moment. Unfortunately, that not being tuned in has apparently been causing some technical issues as well. So we are going to have to wait a little while for this one to be fixed. And we've been told by our production team that we can go to a break. So we're going to throw it out. And hopefully very shortly we'll be back. Right, we're back. A little bit of confusion there. Apologies, everyone, but we have got all our issues resolved. We are back and at it with one win fully on the ropes here. This buy to try and preserve map point. And it's not a good one whatsoever. FAMAS's CZ's a nade stack, which Forrester does well to get a kill through. Goes down for his troubles, though. And that is one of the big weapons lost early on. You've got to imagine they're going to try and rotate that to someone like Boomich. Indeed, get him off that CZ. Get the upgrade out and available as Key starts to try and press the issue towards outside. There is a lot of CT presence here, however, as he looks to dummy the initial control, sets himself up. Instead, his teammates starting to probe the ramp. For now, though, waiting for this exact aggression, and Goofy alive to the threat, able to deal with Boomich. I mean, Nickelback is still very aggressive on the angle, but if they expect him, it's a easy enough clear out at this point. That Molotov's going to go a little too deep, or is it? He's starting to step forward. He's thinking about it. He swings. Utility in the hands of Goofy, but Kylar is there for the trade. The man advantage still there for now for the T side. A lot of damage onto Hades, though. Dinked up. Has to join his teammates as they want to hit this upper site, but that's where everyone is for the CT side now. Key finally deals with Deco, and it's all on Travis. Two low HP players makes this very viable for the MP9. He's got a lot of space to work with. Kylar has no idea where he is. Now he's got an AK. Hades and Key, both a shot from death. And Travis has got the opportunity here to pull off a miraculous 1v3 and get his team back into this one. 25 seconds on the clock. That bomb down in absolutely no man's land, but he can't land the shot onto Key. The spray just not quite there for him. Nothing is working for one win right now. And 9 are one round away from an absolutely miraculous map steal.
Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, I thought if we were going to have a fight coming into this game from 9, that they'd probably have a good performance on Vertigo, and then maybe we'd see them have some hope on Mirage, depending on how the individuals were performing. But no, they come in here on the map that we expected them to get absolutely rolled on, and they have made it look pretty damn easy so far. Well, for a single round to put an end to this, 8 in a row needed if one win want to take us into an overtime. It does seem like they're going to be, unfortunately, getting into a position here where they're going to have to try and fight back up on Vertigo and Mirage.
I mean, this is a tough position to be in, isn't it? Just feels like no. I'm reluctant to call it a dead team buff because they've only lost one player, but 9 are just playing with a level that we've not seen from them in a little while here. Norot is absolutely flying and continues to do so. 12 and 12, 2 headshot entries onto Deco and Nickelback in this round. A 3-on-5 for his team. Boomich is looking for more, but Key is alive and ready to the threat. 2 quick headshots from him, and this one's done. Forrester looking for what he can, but it's consolation kills realistically. A couple of nice shots towards outside, but he's down to single digits. The utility continues to reign into heaven, his last known position. I mean, this one's done. This is a procession. This is a map that 9 have played barely at all. I mean, you're looking at once in the last 3 months and 6 times in as far as I can see the stats going, and they have just bossed it. Just made it look far, far too simple. I do wonder if one win may be a little keen in picking into this one. You know, we talk about how important it can be to see the demos, to anti-strat, but maybe with Hooch leaving one win, I'm really clutching at